we can. Thank you very much for setting that up and assisting us always with the meeting. We appreciate it. And I want to welcome everyone committee meeting for March 17th to be exact, 2026 at 7:06 p.m. I'd like to call the meeting to order. So thank you guys for being here. Our Commerce Committee members who are on time. I know we have some folks who will be coming in shortly, so we'll deal with that as we come along. All right. Let's go right into our agenda. I'm very happy to be hearing this amazing committee, such wonderful committee members. You guys to do a good in supporting and making sure that we do everything we can do as far as committee members to not only support our business owners but also help to protect the public safety of community is a very important role. So I just want to do very quickly do a roll call.
Hassan, you're breaking up a little.
Oh, sorry, I'm breaking up again.
You were, yeah.
Okay. Can you guys hear me now? Okay. So I would like to do a roll call. Okay, and I'll start with myself, Hassan Bakiriddin, Chair for the Commerce Committee, and Marguerite, go right ahead and unmute
Okay.
and say your name for the record.
Yeah, Marguerite Villante, board member, committee member.
All right, and then we've got Miss Cheryl Saunders.
Cheryl Saunders, committee member. Thank you.
All right, I see Miss Kelly Pierre. Just say who you are and your affiliation and that kind of thing for the record.
Hi, my name is Kelly Pierre. I'm from All Access Golf. I'm not in CB17 though, but I'm just curious to just learn as much as possible regarding business.
Okay, sure. Well, thanks for being here. Appreciate that. All right. Next, we've got Miss Dolores Murat Etienne.
Yes. I'm Dolores Murat Etienne. I'm a committee member. Haven't been participating, but I'm trying to do my best to keep the time.
That's all right. Yeah, it's okay.
All
okay.
right.
You came in at the right time. Don't worry. It's all good. It's all good.
Okay.
Yeah. And I see George.
Good evening, all. George State, committee member.
Hey, George. And we have Sonia Clark. Oh, Sonia, we got you already, right?
Yeah, I think so. But Sonia Clark, subcommittee member.
Okay. Awesome. I think we got everybody so far. Anyone else who will have to just wait until they come through. So, hopefully we'll get we'll keep things moving. And just wanted to get right into our agenda. The next item on the agenda is our roll call. Sorry, not a roll call. We just did that. Our chairman's report. Items, guys. I mean, there was a bit of a quiet month. As you guys can imagine, we've had a couple of snowstorms since the last time we spoke. So digging out of that, it was a fairly quiet month when it came to things that the commerce was doing. I mean, any outside stuff that commerce would normally be doing. So we didn't have any on-site visits or anything of that sort. But we are planning, which I'm very happy to say for this month, two important events. And of course, our Commerce Committee members are aware of this, but anyone who's new, who's joining us, we've got an upcoming mixer, and it's a Commerce Committee mixer. If Ms. Sinclair, if you can share the screen or your screen about that, and if you have it anyway, that mixer will be on March 26th. And it will be at Lily's Restaurant, which is 1344 Utica Avenue. So it's the corner of Utica Avenue and Foster Avenue. The purpose of the mixer, guys, just as more of an FYI, and we've been talking about this, and our chair for the board has also thought it was a good idea for us to do these monthly mixers where we would invite the not only the community but also invite the business owners to partake in a mixer where they would come on site to a specific restaurant and or a business, meet other entrepreneurs like themselves and network, and of course we would invite our um, our agency heads as well. In this case, we are partnering with Councilmember Farrah Lewis's office, which I'm happy to say she's always been supportive of small business, as you guys know. Little Haiti BK and the Brooklyn Chamber of Commerce as well, and also the Flatbush Junction bid. We I hesitate. The reason why I'm hesitating, guys, is that we also had another agency, which is one I have a great deal of respect for, in addition to all of our organizations that we work with, is New York Small Business Services under the leadership of Commissioner Dinah Shaw Gross. And I thought she was going to sort of participate, or the organization was going to participate, but there's been a change in leadership, and particularly in her role. So, because we have a new administration, as you guys, all of the commissioners are often tied with their administration, incoming administration that comes in. She was actually part of the Eric Adams administration, and so he's no longer there. And she continued on for her role, and she thought maybe it was a possibility of her staying, but she's segueing out. I don't know when her official date is and what that means for the agency. I can tell you that she has been a wonderful partner for the Commerce Committee, and she's done and partnered with us on quite a few things, and has always been supportive of what we've been doing. Anything around small business, she tries to make it her business to not only support but oftentimes try to show up. And then last, just a great example of that was the grand opening we had at Hide and Seek, where her deputy chair came, Mr. Brown, and I thought she wasn't going to be able to come, but she kind of snuck in. Actually, surprised everybody. So it was great that she was there. She was able to talk to the business owners and got them some really great information, and network with them. So this is the things. This is the kind of person that she is. Even though she's got a long day, she came by anyway to support the event. So I don't know if she'll be coming to the mixer, so I'm not sure in her capacity as commissioner. I'll put it to you that way. Okay. But so that's just wanted to mention that to you. In addition to that, it's actually the same, and this is a good segue for our next event, which we're doing. And I'm finally happy that we are doing this. This has been postponed at least 3 times. The Small Business Expo, which is going to be at the Flatbush YMCA at 1401 Flatbush Avenue. We have the gym that we're going to be upstairs as well. So I'm looking forward to having the businesses come in, and also the agencies that support those businesses, like the Brooklyn Chamber, who are partners with us on this event, along with Councilmember Lewis, Little Haiti BK, uh, the Flatbush Junction bid, New York Small Business Services. I know that they'll be a part of that because they did say that they were going to be a part of that. So I know that they'll be there. So we have great partners, and I'm really looking forward to this event. Oh, I'm sorry, I almost forgot. We also have the Borough President's Office, who also partnering with us on this event as well. So we had to postpone. We had to postpone this 2 times. So that hopefully the third time is a charm. Each time, and one was due to, I think the first one was the first time we had to cancel it was due to inclement weather, and the second time it was also due to inclement weather. So we've had a couple of snowstorms. So hopefully, fingers crossed, God will take pity on us and allow us to get this done. So that's on March 31st. And I said, I didn't say the time. It was from 4 to 7 p.m. So just wanted to mark your calendars for that. Okay. Aside from those 2 things, that is it. I think for my chairman's report, just more of an FYI, the as it relates to the monthly mixers. We do want to have these monthly mixers often, and again, I would encourage our Commerce Committee members to certainly come out and participate in these events. We'll hold them in and around the district. They will not be outside the district, but it's a good opportunity for us to be able to meet other business owners in the community and be able to and have them meet other agency heads that support small business in a very warm and relaxing setting. I don't know how many of you guys have been to Lily's restaurant. It's great location, great place, wonderful decor, good atmosphere. So you'll be in for a treat for those who have not been as well. Okay. I think other than that, that's all I have for right now when it comes to the chairman's report.
When
I
is
did, yes.
when is the expo is scheduled?
The expo is scheduled March 31st.
31st. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Um, so yes, I do see a couple of people who have joined us. There's a Sean and a King. So can you unmute yourself and tell us your affiliation as well? Sean first, and then King after.
Sorry, excuse me. Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
Hi, my name is Sean. Hi, good evening. Just wanted to say I will be, I just bought this lounge. We're going to be opening a restaurant
Hmm.
on Church Avenue.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's basically it. So we're working on everything as of now. So
Okay.
we'll see how it goes.
What's the name of your restaurant, sir?
It will be signature.
Oh, so you're applying for the liquor license this evening.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, no problem. Wasn't
I
sure if
mean,
it was
I'm
the
one of the owners,
right.
basically.
Okay, all right, fair enough. That's cool. Thank you for that, and welcome, by the way. I also
Thank you.
see a Gilika Maldano.
Sorry,
But
hi, Jalika Maldonado. I'm one
hi.
of the managers for signatures, so I was just,
Okay, you just
yeah,
on to kind of sit
yeah.
down, kind of okay, hang out. All right, good, no problem. Well, welcome. Thank you for being here. By the way,
Thank you.
there is there is another phone number here that says 2341-587-1826. I don't know who that is, but please identify who you are. Going once. There's a person with the phone number of 234-587-1826. Can you unmute and identify yourself, just for the record? Okay, maybe they're having
I
problems
think, Hassan,
unmuting.
I think the number is actually 341.
Is that what it
That's
says?
too many numbers for a phone number,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
right? So,
Is it 341? 341? 1826 is the last four digits. Maybe they're just having
so
problems unmuting. Sometimes that happens. All
Uh,
right.
uh, good evening,
Yes.
sir.
Yes. Yes, sir. Good evening.
All right, my name is
And you
Israel.
are?
I'm with Jalika Maldonado and Sean for
Oh, okay. Oh,
signature.
Israel. So you're also okay. Gotcha. Okay. And your name is Israel. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much for that. And I think there was a king on, but I don't know if that king is in the meeting. I guess maybe they're not in the meeting anymore. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll move on because we can't sit here. As it comes in, if people join, I'll just sort of mention it for the record. All right. Okay. Back into um, the agenda here, and the approval of our minutes. And now we don't have quorum. And I'm assuming that that's correct, Miss Sinclair, right? Because I don't think that we do. But assuming that we did have quorum, right? Commerce community members, did you get your minutes? That's the first thing for December, January, and February. And if you did get them, have you read your minutes for December, January, and February?
I just got minutes for January and February.
Okay,
Yes, same here.
same here. No, well, you would have gotten minutes before in December, right?
Yeah, we didn't get them
Okay.
this time, but we
Well,
never approved, we didn't approve the December minutes
right.
at all.
But you did get them, is what I'm saying, right?
Yes,
And you did read
yeah.
them. Okay, good. That's what I'm saying. Okay, great. All right. So tonight, if we had quorum, guys, we would be approving December 2025, January 2026, and February 2026 minutes, but we can't do that yet because we don't have quorum, which is
And
not a good thing.
Hassan, we also had amendments on the December and January
Yes.
minutes. So,
Yes, ma'am.
but they're not, they weren't added, like December amendments weren't added
Hmm.
yet because we didn't get a new,
So,
December
all right.
minutes, the
Gotcha.
amendments.
With the amendments. Gotcha.
And then
Gotcha. Understood.
January also had amendments that are
Hmm.
not in the, I don't know how that would work. Would the amendments be in the February minutes for January? Like, I don't know or would we get new January minutes?
No. So the way it's supposed to go, okay, if we had amendments for December and it decided that we, for whatever reason, maybe we didn't have quorum in December. I'm trying to remember why we didn't do it, but whatever the case may be, and we determined that there were some amendments. What should be happening, right, is that we table those minutes, right? We make the amendments, right? And I think it was because we didn't have quorum. I'm almost sure of it, for December, January, and
Yeah.
February. Yeah. So if that's the case, um, then I would have liked to have had those minutes amended and then resubmitted back to the committee. And then we just, once you guys take a look at the amendments,
Yeah,
you say
it's
this is
kind of
all good to go.
complicated at this point
Yeah.
because I don't know if we remember what the amendments were because they're not actually in the minutes. They're not actually in the record of the minutes. It just says amendments needed or something, but it
Oh,
doesn't
you're talking
say
about
what
the
the
specific,
amendments are.
right? You're talking about the specifics. Ms.
Yeah.
Sinclair, is there a way, that's a good question. That's a good question. Is there a way, Ms. Sinclair, to go back within our meeting, and I know it's being transcribed, to look at exactly what those amendments were?
Yes, it's possible. The amendments were added to the minutes that were sent to everyone today. It's just not noted. There's no separate section for the amendments, but it's within the minutes.
Okay. When in the future we should probably, because I know the committee, they like to do their due diligence, so they want to know that if they submit amendments, they want to be able to read that, in some way. Now, for future reference, perhaps maybe what we could do to make it a little easier is that since we're sending these out electronically, we could maybe highlight it or something, or put a comment on there, or however it is. I think this is sent out by Word doc. Um, but maybe we can just highlight it and say these are the amendments, as per last meeting or whatever. But we can talk about that a little bit more offline if that's okay. All
Yeah,
right.
that's fine.
Okay.
Now I
Great.
just had one more. I have one more comment that
Yes. Yes. Go right ahead. Go
The
right ahead.
January and February minutes don't have attendance on it. It doesn't have
Right. We were just talking about that with
yeah.
Miss Son. She was saying that we should have the attendance. I think that's also good, and I think one of the things we talked about was making sure that we recorded the actual vote once the vote was recorded, and that should actually be on in the minutes too.
Well,
Do you remember that?
the votes are on the minutes.
Oh, they are.
Not the individual votes, but it says vote. Committee voted yes, committee voted no.
Right. No, but I got what you're saying. Yes. Yes. I got you. I got you. And they are. I guess that could be okay. It doesn't have to be broken out by individual. I know. I think our chair always asks me, um, you know, um, how many yeses, how many, you know what I mean? Just he kind of breaks it
Yeah,
down in the
maybe we
meeting
should
and
do
stuff.
that.
So I
Just put
just,
yes,
yeah,
a
and maybe
number
that's
and
probably what I,
numbers. Yeah.
yeah, maybe that's what we'll do. So Miss Sinclair, so perhaps in the future in our minutes, we'll just record the number of yes votes, number of no votes, and abstentions. Okay, just as a more of an FYI, because the chair always asks me that, always.
Sounds good.
Okay, awesome. Great. So I don't think we still have quorum, so we can't vote on these minutes anyway. I believe Marguerite, you just was those the only things that you were talking about in terms of the minutes? Was there anything else? Any other?
Yeah, just the attendance and the amendments.
Okay,
That's
fair
it.
enough. Okay. Anything else, Commerce Committee members? Anything
No,
else?
only what was just observed about the attendance should be listed,
Hmm.
who attended, yeah. And
Right. Okay.
also, any amendment should be included in the revised minutes.
Right. That's right. Okay. Cool. Sounds good.
I did have a question, not about the minutes, but what were we supposed to have a subcommittee meeting and then that
We were.
happened?
No, it didn't happen. That
Okay.
was my fault. That was my fault. Life happened, and it did not happen. It did not. So there were some things that had to be done. I just did them, and but we're okay. We're good. And we can talk about that a little bit as we move into our agenda as well. Okay. So I'll give you guys a little bit of update on that once we get through our business owners being here as well. Okay, so I see that we were joined also by Miss Noreen George. Can you just say hello for the record, Miss George? And if you're speaking, Miss George, we can't hear you. Okay, we'll come back to her. I see Miss Dorothy Gordon had joined us as well. Miss Gordon, are you there? Okay, maybe she's not able to unmute, maybe unmute as well. Well, just for the record, those two folks have joined us. I don't think there was anyone else, but I think that we are slowly creeping up on our, we're slowly creeping up on our quorum. So I'll move right along. Hope that we have business owners instead of you. And the Hospitality Management LLC,
Hassan?
which is Kendra's place.
Hassan?
Yes, I'm here.
I think we're
Yes, I'm
getting the
here.
same issue I think we're beginning to get the same issue we have with you. You were fine until a couple seconds ago. I don't know if everyone is hearing the same thing that I'm hearing, but you go ahead.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. But can you hear me now? Am I clear?
Yeah,
Yes.
for the moment.
Okay. Good. All right. So, okay. All right. Well,
Not now.
let's keep our fingers crossed.
You're going on and off.
Okay. I'm trying to make sure that I have. Maybe I should just go off camera. Maybe that sometimes helps. Hang on a second. Not a minute,
I
guys.
was thinking it was your headset. Maybe you're on speaker.
I don't know. Can you guys hear me now a little better?
I mean, I'm hearing you perfectly fine. Not sure.
I
Yeah.
hear
Yeah,
you
you
now.
sound good.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. It might have just been the video. Sometimes when you put the video, it's like Okay. So with that being said, thank you thank you guys for the patience this evening. You just can't see me, but you know I'm here. We have a DSC Hospitality Management LLC. Kendra's Place. Is Kendra's Place on the line? Someone's speaking, but you guys should go on mute if you are okay. Kendra's
Hassan,
Place.
one more thing, Hassan. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
We have a policy right now if the presenters have to appear when they
Yes.
present
Yep.
their
They most
business.
definitely do. Yes, they do. So,
Okay.
but let me make sure that they're here first, so we can. I know one is here, but let me make sure that they're here. All right. So Kendra's Place, is Kendra's Place on the line? Kendra's Place is not on the line. Going once, going twice. All right, gone. All right. And then we have Signature or Signatures Limited. at 9508 Church Avenue. And I know that there are a few owners, sorry, two of the owners and one of the managers on the line. They are applying for a liquor, wine, beer, and cider license, and it's a new, and I believe they're also applying for a temporary permit in addition to that. So yes, who is going to be speaking for the business? And this is for Signatures Limited.
Okay. Hi, I can speak for signatures.
Okay, and please state that your name for the record again, and we need you to absolutely come on camera because we need to see who we're speaking to.
Oh, okay. Sorry. 1 second.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm having problems. 1 second.
Not a problem. And I see that Adele has joined us as well.
Yes, good evening all.
Good evening. Is Noreen George still on the line? It looks like she was
Are
on,
you?
but
I'm
then she.
sorry. Can you see me?
Yes, we don't see you yet. And how do you say your first name again, Miss Maldonado?
Jalika.
Galika. Okay. No, we don't see you yet. Oh, there we go. Now we
Oh,
see you.
okay.
Okay, great. But you don't look too happy to be on camera. What's the matter?
I know. I'm just very tired. I had a long day.
Okay, this is part of the process. So just hang in there. Okay, hang in there.
Okay.
Because the committee, we need to see who we're talking to. So,
Okay.
but thank you, Miss Maldonado, for being here. And if you can please again state your affiliation with the business and talk a little bit about the business. About what you guys are doing there, what's the purpose, all that kind of stuff. And then the committee will ask some questions from you, more
Okay.
specifically, and anything that you can't answer, if your colleagues can answer it, that kind of thing, they can come on camera and respond, whatever. And then we'll take a vote. By that time, I believe we probably will have quorum. Yeah. So go right ahead, Ms. Maldonado.
Okay. So hi, my name is Jalika Maldonado. I'm one of the managers for Signatures Limited. So our goal right now is to be like fine dining. So basically open business hours from 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. and just being a full service bar and dining option for people in in the neighborhood and of course outsiders as well.
Okay. Anything else you want to talk about?
Um, what else did you ask me? I thought I like covered mainly.
No. Well, no. I mean, if that's all you have, that's all you have. I mean, the committee will ask you. So I,
Yeah,
I was
so
just
we
trying to.
yeah. No, our main focus is like you know, full service kitchen, full service bar, and just more of a restaurant setting.
Okay. Great.
Mhm.
All right. Awesome. Well, thank you for that, Ms. Maldonado. Committee
Thank
members, I know you have a bunch of questions that you ask. So, but I, as the chair, will get the first. I asked for privilege for that to ask the first question. So, what is your seating capacity, Ms. Maldonado, right now?
So do you mean like my affiliation?
No, no. When I mean seating capacity, how many patrons do you plan on serving at? How does
Oh,
your how many?
74.
Yeah,
Sorry, 74.
74. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Great. All right. I see that Marguerite has her hand up. Marguerite?
Yes, hi. I was wondering, did you get a questionnaire from Community Board 17 to fill out
Um,
by any
I'm
chance?
I'm honestly not sure if they did receive the questionnaire, so I don't want to say yes or no. I wasn't told
Okay,
about a questionnaire.
Well,
okay,
she's the manager, so she wouldn't have gotten a questionnaire. The owner
Yeah,
the
see,
establishment.
because again, because I don't want to hold up the works here, but
Mhm.
they're supposed to get the questionnaire, so then we get the questionnaire ahead of time, so we don't have to ask her a million questions.
I
That's the
agree.
point of the questionnaire. So
That was the point of the questionnaire.
yeah,
Absolutely.
so just that's not
I,
your fault. I'm not,
I
it's
I
just whatever.
apologize. I
No, it's
apologize.
not. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. I just
Okay.
wanted to know if you got it. That's all.
No, I'm sorry. I did not.
Okay.
All right. Awesome.
So actually, I don't have any questions for you. You said you have a
I
capacity
believe
of 74.
no, I'm sorry.
That's
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Margaret. I believe when I was on a conference call with the owners earlier today, they said that the application came in yesterday. So I guess that's why they didn't get back to you guys. I'm not sure
yeah.
how it works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, when you say the application, it
Yeah.
is because it clearly says it's a questionnaire. So now that's different. So
Okay. Well,
the
I was
questionnaire
just
would have
going based
come
off.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's fine. Don't stress yourself over it. It's fine. But and
Okay.
Marguerite,
Yeah.
thanks for the question. I think that's important.
Yeah.
Ms. Sinclair, we and this is just for Ms. Sinclair also. We generally send out a questionnaire that goes to the business owners. And that questionnaire is there to ask a lot of the same specific question, about some of the questions to prevent us from asking this to the business owner this evening. So we would normally get that information and being able to review it as a committee usually gets sent out. So we'll have a lot of that information, but we don't have that tonight. So uh, we have to continue on here and asking Ms. Maldonado these questions. So
Okay.
I see that Sonia, you have your hand up.
Yes, I really was following up also on the questionnaire, but since we don't have it, and I do understand that, the manager here is not able to provide it. So I wasn't sure I heard the address one, and I wanted to find out if you have provide live music in your restaurant. And then I know Hassan will talk a little bit about if there are any police reports. That's it from me.
Yes.
So no live music, and but the restaurant itself is 100% soundproof. Not that there's going to be live music, but just saying that if we had music, it wouldn't like affect the neighbors, the tenants upstairs, or around in the neighborhood.
Right. Okay. Okay. And I think we had, I'm sorry, Sonia, did she answer your other, I think she answered your questions?
Yes,
Yes?
yes. Thank you so much.
No,
Okay.
thank you.
George, you had your hand up, I saw as well.
Yes, good evening, Mr. Maldonado.
Hi, good
Yeah,
evening.
okay, a couple of questions. One is when is the estimated date, the opening date for the restaurant?
Um, so right now we're projecting for May.
Okay. And is that the reason why you are asking for the temporary liquor license aside
Yes,
from the regular?
yes.
Okay, and what type of food would you be serving? Would that be a regular menu or is it a bar?
No, it's gonna be a full service kitchen, so it's gonna be a regular menu. Um, right now we're just like planning to do like a fine dining, for the like Caribbean. Bless you, Caribbean more so.
And yeah, last the hours of operation
Yes. So like I said earlier, we'll be doing from 12 p.m. to 12 a.m.
nightly,
I'm
every
sorry.
night, every night,
Um,
7 days a week.
that's the plan to do 7 days a week, but when we start off, it's probably only going to be 5 days a week.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Great. All right. Any other questions for Ms. Maldonado before I get into the incident report?
Yes, I do.
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead, Adele.
I wanted to know, did you provide certificate of occupancy for your fire, Department of Fire inspection and Department of Health inspection?
I'm so sorry, Adele. I'm really not hearing you. You sound muffled.
Okay.
Is anybody else her, or is it just me?
No,
Yeah,
it's really
she's-
it's she talked about I can tell you she talked about the certificate of occupancy, right?
Yeah,
She
Okay.
mentioned about the fire inspection, right? And
Uh-huh.
lastly, what was the last thing, Adele, you mentioned?
the Department of Health.
Department of Health.
Okay. Yeah. So they will be filing all necessary paperwork with the Department of Health and the DOB.
So they haven't done that. They haven't done that yet.
I don't know where they
I
came.
believe I believe right now the new owners were main focus was like this meeting with you guys. I guess the two
Hmm.
part or whatever the case is.
Well, that's necessary. It's a requirement at this
Okay.
juncture.
Okay.
Okay.
Quick
Well,
question.
I don't know if any of the owners any of the owners want to speak to that, but that is necessary to
Yes.
come
I'm
in
sorry, I
for.
misunderstood. So no, they did do the necessary filing. Sorry.
Did they provide it to the community board office?
Is Sean still connected here?
I see Sean there.
Hassan, Hassan, did you get the documentation?
I remember seeing documentation. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, because ideally, you got to remember now, and the assumption is the way, and Adele, this is the way this works. Um, every once in a while, you can get away with, a CFO. Maybe they'll give you the SLA will give you some leeway, making sure that you'll get that because that's a relatively easy thing to get. But when it comes to fire inspections and when it comes to Department of Health and all of that, those things are required. So they have to come in. If that makes sense. So we have those things. I don't see. So it wouldn't. So in other words, it wouldn't come before us if we didn't have those things. Does that make sense,
They've
Adele?
done it multiple times. They have done this. They come before us.
We had a few of them that did. We had a few of them that did. Absolutely, we did.
That's why
Absolutely.
I'm asking, did she
Yeah.
provide it? Does she have it with her? And
I'm sorry, Adele. It's not. I'm not trying to not answer you properly. I'm just answering to the best of my abilities. I don't have anything literally in front of me, but the owners, I know they're always on top of everything. So they said they did the necessary filing.
It was
And
Just
it,
to
submitted. Absolutely. It was definitely submitted. Yes. Go ahead, Mr. Sean. Sorry.
Yeah,
mhm.
I'm sorry. I'm in between office work and everything now, but I just wanted to buttress the point. All necessary filings has been done, totally completed. If there is anything that we have left out, if I would have a conversation with my partner and let you guys know. But as of date, we are 100% on top of everything. All necessary filings been done. Information has been passed out to everybody that needs to have information. So, sorry, excuse me. Hello.
I don't know. I didn't hear it. I'm still here. Yes. Yeah. Go ahead, Mr. Sean.
Oh,
No, that's fine. No, and I understand. I can appreciate her, and Ms. Maldonado and Sean. I can appreciate the way our committee members wants to make sure that these, we always dot our I's and cross all our T's. That's why he asked the question. But I always end up having to say, if they didn't have it, I would definitely say no, we didn't get it. Oh, we didn't have it, or no, that we need to go back and do that or whatever. So in this case, everything that I remember seeing, that all the necessary paperwork that they needed to file before us, to come before us, they have done that already. So, but I can appreciate your question, Adele. All right. Was there any other questions for uh, the owner and or manager?
I saw a question over here. Sorry about that. The address for the restaurant.
Hmm.
Okay, so the address will be 9508. That's 9508 Church Avenue.
Great. Thank you very much. Yes, Miss Bellin. Good evening, by the way. I see that you were here. Also seeing that we are joined by Tricia as well. Good evening, Tricia. And I see Miss Noreen. I saw that you were on and then you got kicked off. I don't know what happened, but
I was on my phone. Sorry, I was on my
yeah,
phone. You couldn't
that's
hear
fine.
me, but I was saying
Yeah.
hello, hello, I'm here. So I'm on the computer
Yes.
now.
Yes, ma'am.
Good
Great. Well,
evening,
glad to have
everyone.
you here.
Thank you.
Great to have you here. Okay. Awesome. Well, I'm glad to see that we've been joined by more of our committee members. Thank you guys for being here. I do believe now we should have quorum. And right, Miss Sinclair, you can check that just to make sure, but I do believe we do. Um, okay, so with that being said, since there are no additional questions, and Miss Maldonado, you mentioned a May 2026 grand opening date as well. I think that's what you guys had talked about.
Yes,
We can
yes,
talk. Yeah, we can.
that's correct.
Okay, we can talk a little bit more about that as we move forward. But okay. So let me get into the incident report, and this is for the business owners. The Commerce Committee is very familiar with this. What we do as part of our due diligence and oversight in terms of making sure that we, protect our community and that kind of thing. We always ask the 67th precinct for an incident report to see if there were any incidents at this particular address or location, okay, moving forward. So in this situation, and we do it for a year. So in other words, in this case, we would ask for an incident report from, I think when we asked this report, it was from 3/17 of last year to 3/17 of this year, okay? And there are two incidents on here. One is from October 25th, 2025. There was one 311 call for loud music, which was closed. And I did want to ask you before I read the next one, were you guys open during that time? Because you guys have not been open yet, right? Sean,
No,
Miss
we just signed.
Maldonado?
No, we just signed the lease. We weren't open.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why that would be there, but okay. Second thing is there's a incident here from February 14th, 2026. There was one 911 call for a person shot and a homicide, and they said investigation is ongoing. Now, that's oftentimes what happens is obviously you guys weren't there, so that they probably are just um, naming the address or putting the address as part of the thing. And I don't see our community affairs officer, Detective Skinner, and or Detective Pierre on the line because oftentimes they're here to sort of provide some clarity on that. But were you guys aware of that, Sean or Miss
N-
Maldonado?
No,
Okay, okay. Yeah, I mean, and you guys weren't open, so you hadn't taken possession of the location or
no,
anything
yeah,
anyway. So
literally, they just literally signed the lease.
yeah, okay. All right. So we can't attribute that to you, but I just wanted to mention that's what
And I'm
the
sorry,
incident report says.
Hassan, I just wanted to
Yes.
clarify something from earlier too. And
Mm-hmm.
as far as the inspection, the the kitchen, like we just opened, so the kitchen isn't done yet. So that's
Mm-hmm.
the plan as soon as the kitchen is done in order to be inspected properly. You understand?
Mm-hmm. I do
Yeah.
understand. Yeah, I
Yeah.
do understand. Okay. Okay, great. So with that being said, I think that's all that's on the report. Those are the only two incidents on the report. And I don't see any other questions. I see George and Marguerite. You guys have your hands up, but I don't know if it's from before or you still have a hand up.
Marguerite was first.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
yeah, I did have a question, but it isn't relating to the the um the restaurant itself. It's just a matter of clarification.
Hmm.
Do do you get do you have in front of you the application and do you get copies of the health you know, whatever they're filing, the health inspection, fire inspection, whatever, do you get that physically so
Yeah,
that you can you see it?
it comes in the office. It comes in the office and it gets emailed over to me along with the application. I don't
Right.
have it in front of me now because we're on the call and
Oh,
everything.
yeah,
But
because
yeah,
like, it's probably a good idea because this way you can just tell us and we don't have to, you know, ask us so many questions. Because
right. But
we're asking if they filed all the stuff, but if they did and you have it, then
mhm.
you could just tell us, right?
Right. That which is what I did earlier. Which is what
No, because it sounded like you said you suppose that they have all of it.
no. What I was saying is the
No, he said
what
he
we
saw it
try to
earlier, but
do.
I don't mind being questioned, so it's fine.
Oh no, it's
You
quite
know,
all right, Mr.
it's more
Maldonado.
like a general thing,
Yeah, it's more
not
of
for
a
you.
general thing.
Yeah.
What I try to do as the chair, and you guys know me, right? If you pose a question to our business owners, right? um, the expectation is the question should be answered in the best possible way, right? That's the whole
Mhm.
point. That's why you ask it. Now I can tell you this and that and the other. I leave the questioning up to you because it's your due diligence as committee members to ask all of the questions that you feel that are going to make you comfortable. And there are going to be some times where, hey, I might miss a question, and or so I always make sure I know that I can leave it up to my committee members to make sure that they have all done their due diligence when it comes to putting out these questions. And yes, they're a bit redundant sometimes, and yes, um, all that stuff. But I want to make sure that it's actually also on record, and you're also hearing from the business owners and the business people when these questions are being asked. Okay, so that just want to make sure I mention that. George, you had your hand up, and then I think Adele had her hand up, but I don't know if it was from before. But go ahead, George.
Yes, yeah. Based on Hassan's the incident report, that there was two incidents prior to them getting released for this location. Doesn't mean that what was at that location before? Was it another restaurant that they are purchasing, or it's just this is the first time they're gonna have an entertainment venue there?
George, who are you asking that question to? Me, or you asking it to the business
No,
owner?
no, I'm asking her. I'm asking Miss Maldonado. Is it
Oh,
was
I'm
here a
sorry, George.
restaurant
I
before?
didn't know if you were speaking to Hassan or not.
Yes,
Right. As far
I
as I'm
was
no,
concerned.
I
told
understand.
it was a bar prior, but they had later hours, so I'm not sure if that was, they were closed
Okay.
down. Yeah, so that's
Oh,
also
okay.
the
So
land. Yeah,
thank you. So it's not that you purchase in the bar. You lease the place and then you are
we're gonna do
renovating
a
it into a
full
restaurant.
service kitchen. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Okay. That answers my question. Thank you very much.
no problem.
And Adele, you had your hand up, right? Or was that from before? I don't know.
Yeah, I put my hand back up. She stated that the kitchen is still under construction.
Yes,
Then you don't have a certificate from the Department of Health. Then
I'm sorry.
they only did a certificate for the Department of Health when the kitchen is.
That's why I corrected the Department of Health part. I said the kitchen is not done yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I need to make sure.
That's why I wanted to correct it on record. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I understand.
yeah.
So
Okay, yeah,
when you get the paperwork, you have to
yeah,
check.
yeah.
That's what I wanted to make clear. Thank you.
Okay.
Awesome. And anyone else? Last questions before we move on to our voting. Oh, sorry. By the way, before I even get to that, Miss St. Clair, do we have quorum? I think we have quorum. I'm looking at the list. We do, I think.
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. Yep, I sure do. Good. So we can also vote on this, and then we can also vote on our minutes as well. Oh, yeah, yeah. No, actually, we wouldn't be able to vote on the minutes. Yes, no, actually, we would be able to vote on the minutes, but we'll get to that. All right. So with that being said, if there's no other questions, I'd like to move on. And I just want to, for the record, I want to ask again, is the business owner from Kendra's Place on the line? Okay. Seeing that they're not here, we're going to move on. All right, so we'd like to take a vote, our Commerce Committee members and business owners. This vote is typically for just for committee. All right, so you guys would not be voting. And Ms. Sinclair, if you could record the vote, that would be great. We're going to be voting on moving you forward. Now, there's a two-step process in this whole thing, where you would normally come before the Commerce Committee, which is what you're doing this evening, and we would talk to you about your business and all this stuff, and all those questions have been answered tonight. The second part of this, if we have vote in the affirmative and everybody's voting yes and that kind of thing, and the second part is that you'll be moving tomorrow night to attend the general board meeting at SUNY Downstate at 7 p.m. Just to let you guys know, that's what the expectation is. So that process is two. So tonight we're just voting for the committee is just voting to move whether they approve or approve you moving forward to the general board meeting, whereby you'll be in front of the full community board 17 membership, and you'll be able to they'll record a vote, and that vote will go on record as saying that we have no objection or there is an objection or whatever it is, right? Whatever the vote would be at that meeting as well. So just wanted to mention that, and so you guys are aware of that. Okay, so let's move on. So let's take the vote. And anyone who obviously there's only a yes vote, committee members, and a no vote. All right, and if you abstain, you abstain. Okay, so let's get this go. So I'll start in the order that I see. I think let's go with
It looks
Adele.
as though Adele has her hand up again.
No,
I don't know if it's
Adele, you have your
related to
hand up
this.
again. Is that from before?
No, it's not from before. So in regard to that Department of Health certificate, without it, should we vote?
Say that again.
Without the Department of Health certificate, should we vote?
Adele, say that if after the what?
He's saying if you don't have the Department of Health certificate, should we still vote? That's what she's asking.
Correct.
Well, yeah, right. But the expectation is, right, is that they're going to.
Is it or is it not? That's what I want to know.
Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Hang on. Yes. And the expectation is that they're going to get that, and they're going to have the final department because they can't open without it. Number one, they can't serve food without it. Okay. So, but we could still vote with the expectation of them, particularly since they're having an opening in May. But as committee members, you got to vote your conscience and how you feel about it. So let's take our vote. Okay. There's another hand up again, 1826 hand.
Yes, sir. All right. I just want to talk about the.
Hang on 1 second. Who are you, sir? Because you need to identify who you are.
My name is Israel.
Israel.
One of the owners for.
Okay. So, Mr. Israel, do you want to table your comments until after we do our vote?
No, I just wanted to talk about the department that she mentioned.
Oh, Department of Health. Okay, go right ahead.
Yeah. So I mean, we have like other restaurant that we opened before. So we because it's a new lease, so we need to wait until when we like get the place ready before we call for inspection. So the same thing with the fire department. So because we just signed a lease, we don't have that available right now. So but definitely before we open, we're gonna get the
hang on, Adele. You gotta let them speak, okay? You can't interrupt.
Okay.
All right, just hang on. Yes, go ahead, sir.
So we just signed a lease. The place is under renovation right now, but because the liquor license takes time to come out, so we need to notify the community before like we do anything. So, but definitely we understand what needs to be done as regards the health inspection and the fire department coming to like make sure the kitchen is actually safe and everything. So once we get that ready, we're gonna forward it to the community board.
Yeah, but the paperwork you have is that you've done some of that already. You just don't have the actual license from the Department of Health, is what you're saying, right? Right. And you don't have the license from the department. Sorry, the inspection from the fire department as of yet.
Yeah, so we can't have that until when the kitchen is ready and we're ready to open fully.
Right.
And I
Okay.
believe that is
Fair
also,
enough.
I mean, one of the criteria that the liquor authority actually look out for. I mean, making sure that we're ready to open before the liquor license is approved. But we need to like sort out the committee board first so that we can proceed with the filing.
Gotcha. No, I completely understand. I hear what you're saying. And I know that the expectation, and we've had situations like this before where businesses have come before us. This committee, I can tell you, and I think that's one of the reasons why Adele had asked the question that she did, is whether or not we should vote because you don't have that yet, right? And the committee in the past, when we do, when business owners have come before us and they don't have all of their um, certifications done, everything signed off, you know, you've got your fire inspection done, and you know, the health department, all that's done, and you know, you don't have all of that. It's hard for the committee members. I'm just being honest, business owners, just being honest. It's hard for the committee to vote in the affirmative when a lot of those things are just sort of pending, right? And we know it's part of the process of getting opening up and establishing your business and that kind of thing. Um, but to Adele's point, my my concern is that if we took a vote now, um, there would be a whole lot of no votes or a whole lot of abstentions, right? Simply because you don't have those things that you need that are required and before you come before us, if that makes sense. So I want to give you the best possible opportunity um, to get the letter of recommendation that you would need from the community board, you know, in the best possible light, if that makes sense. So I want to make sure that that's just my thinking, and I think the committee would agree with me. It sounds like you guys are trying to open up your business, and we appreciate that, and we can applaud that, and we want to help you support that effort because we always look for good new businesses or good new businesses, but we need to have certain things in place before we could actually sign off on that, you know. And I know it's going to end, and the reason why I also say that is because the same questions that were asked tonight are going to be asked again of you tomorrow night in front of the full board, and that's where they also take the vote to make the recommendation that you know you get your liquor license through the SLA. I mean, the SLA is just as, for the record, they are the final arbiters, but we have our part to play in it as well. So just wanted to mention that. I have to say that. I think it's, you know, important for to bring that out. You know, but I wanted to make sure we had that on record. Okay. Are there any other questions? So with that being said, my recommendation is to honestly not to take the vote this evening because it wouldn't it's and it's no fault of your own per se. You know, you guys are trying to do what you can do, but it's I want to give you the best possible chance. So even if you got a waiver letter and delayed it until these things and then came before us again, that would look better versus us saying no, we can't vote on it. And you know, does that make sense?
Um,
Am I making sense? I hope I am.
um, I mean, I'm just wondering that if we have to like renovate the place for 3 months, or I mean, I'm just saying, or 2 months. I feel like the whole essence of having this meeting is to notify the community before we even like do anything, because we just signed a lease, like I said, and
Hmm.
the place used to be like a lounge before, I guess, and I know the
Hmm.
landlord has all the fire inspections and everything done. But because we putting up a new kitchen, I mean, there's no
Hmm.
way we're gonna get like the health department to come inspect if we don't, I
Hmm.
mean, like get the kitchen ready. but we understand that the liquor license takes a long time, and we want to open the business as soon as possible. I mean, because there is rent involved and all of that. So I feel like, coming to the community board, telling them about the liquor license and having the construction going on. Definitely, like before we open, we're still gonna like get all those licenses and everything done. At the moment, the architect, is filing with DOB because definitely we need to like do some amendment to the place and bring in our own new furnitures and stuff like that. But we understand, how the business works and what the expectations are before we open. But the whole essence of coming to the community board tonight is for liquor license, and we know like because the 30-day notice is sacrosanct, we have to do that before we can file liquor license. So this is the first time I actually got to know that. Like if we got a place, we need to like finish up the place before we can approach the community board for 30-day notice of a liquor license.
No, I completely no. Trust me, I get exactly what you're saying. And that's why I was saying what I was saying to you as well, because I know that you. It seems like you guys are well intentioned. I know that you're trying to get your business open and all that. And as a committee, we absolutely do understand that. As a small business owner, you guys are paying rent and all that kind of stuff. We're very sensitive to that as well. So we definitely are very much concerned about that. But my concern is, and I think I put this on record, is that I want to give you guys the best possible chance to get approved for your liquor license, right? So I don't want the committee to say no, right? Or even if you went to the community board and they said no, and they asked the same questions that we had, and there's some doubt saying, well, if you're coming before us, you don't have everything, and so we can't vote, we don't feel comfortable voting, and that's just how people are. So I get that. So my recommendation, and I would be willing to do, if you guys would permit me, business owners, is that I would absolutely give you guys a waiver letter. I would send that over to the SLA, right? Letting them know specifically what we talked about, some of the things that the committee had concerns about, and that we would be willing to wait, right? And if they could grant you the additional time, right, to get these things as you move and getting your business together. Since you do have I think you have an opening date of May. I think it was at least what Ms. Maldonado had said, or at least attempted to open in May. We could certainly work with that. A projected date in May. I think that might be better for you than trying to take the vote tonight and knowing what I think the outcome would be. And I don't think that it's not necessary. It wouldn't be fair to you, honestly, if we did that, is what I'm saying. So,
All right.
and we could work together, and we've done this for businesses before. We absolutely have, and it's worked out fine. We've gone to the SLA and got all of we sent over the waiver letter and got all the other things and whatnot. So, it's not a problem. It's going to take a little while, but we just want to make sure that you guys have the best possible opportunity to be able to open up your business with the full support of the community, if that makes sense.
All right, sir. So with
Yeah.
a recommendation letter, we could proceed with the liquor license application. Or
No, well, yeah. Ideally, well, you wouldn't be
It's a
able to do that.
waiver. Basically it's giving more time to the 30
Right,
days. So
right,
it's
right,
still in short. In short, we still have to get all of those things done with whatever
right.
extended time is given. Is a waiver
That's
letter,
right.
not a recommendation.
Right. It wouldn't be a recommendation. That's exactly right. So it's a waiver just for the SLA to let you know that, hey, they've come before our committee. We had a little bit of concern, and these are some of the items that we talked about. We're recommending that we waive we waive them additional time to get these things in order before they come back before us, if that makes sense. Does that make
all right,
sense?
sir. I just have a last question, right? In
Yes,
an
sir.
event where because my own understanding is if we proceed to at the moment we're renovating the place and getting
Yes.
the place ready, but
Yes, sir.
one of the most important part of the business is gonna be to like get the liquor license.
Mm-hmm.
So in a situation whereby we invested a lot of money into the place,
Mm-hmm.
and just so something happens, and like the community said no to the liquor license, I mean, because that is the more reason why we always want to like make sure we get approved by the consent of the community, before we go
Sure,
deep in a business.
sure.
I mean, my understanding right now is, I mean, we should proceed first, like
Hmm.
keep renovating the place. I mean, before we
Well,
come back
you're
in.
gonna do that anyway, right? You're gonna continue to do what you're doing to pursue to make sure that you've got all of your certifications that you need to get your place open. So that's business anyway. Whether we approved it or not, you would still need to do that, right? So you would still need to, because the city has guidelines, and Department of Buildings has guidelines, and Department of Health's guidelines, the fire department, and you have to comply with all of those regulations and their oversight. So you would have to do that anyway. What we're saying simply is, when you come before the committee, and to give you the best opportunity for you to be able to have a smooth sort of, so we can vote in a way that is advantageous to you to move forward to the general board meeting, and they can say, oh, okay, these guys are great, they've answered all the questions, we take our vote, and if the vote is yes, then you just move, we send over an approval letter very quickly to the SLA. It usually goes out shortly, so we don't take a long time to do that process. And I would even recommend, because of the delay, I would ask them to expedite that. Should everything, once you get all your stuff and you come back before us and you go before the general board meeting, to expedite the application for you
Yeah.
guys as well.
All right, sure.
Hey,
Does that make
Hassan.
sense? Hey, who's
Yeah.
that?
Keisha.
Hey, Khadijah, how are you? Good night.
I'm fine. I just kind of joined in, and I'm
Yes.
just wondering, is this at 9508 Church Avenue?
Yes.
Wasn't this the same group that presented to us prior, maybe 4, 5, 6 months ago for QLOX, and then there was a shooting that took place there?
No, these are different owners, I think. These are different owners.
No, yeah, this is not the same group.
You sure
Totally
it's not
different
the
owners.
same address?
No, it's
No,
the
the
same
address is
address.
the same. Definitely the address is the same, but these are different owners.
Wasn't this shooting maybe less than a month ago or 2 months ago?
The
Yeah, there
shooting.
was a shooting. Yeah, there was a shooting. Well, I don't have the specifics, and that's why I wanted the community affairs officers on, because I get the incident report. It just says that there was a shooting there at the location. It doesn't give you much specific, and it just says it's an ongoing investigation. I think it was
The shooting was in
back in
February,
February.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
February
Yeah, that's
14th.
what
Let
I'm
me just look
saying.
at
The
it.
shooting took place
February
in
14th.
February. Yeah.
Yeah, February 14th. Yeah,
So when did
that's
these
what it says
owners
here.
get ownership of it?
Was that? I'm sorry.
When did you possess ownership of this location if there was a shooting
Fifth.
that was
That
taking
was
place?
fifth of March.
February.
5th of March.
The 5th of March?
Yeah, we just sent a lease 5th of March because the place. I mean, the landlord said the owner gave up the place. Or there was an incident that happened over there, so we just signed a lease 5th of March.
Okay. If you signed the list the 5th of March, when did you put the request to be heard from with this committee?
We sent in a request on the 10th of
And,
March,
and today's the 17th.
and the email that we got today said they received the request last night, and they were asking if we want to like come for the meeting today or we could wait till next month. So, but because I mean we were available today, we decided to like proceed. I mean, we thought probably it was gonna be for next month anyway. So,
Hmm.
So technically, you
Hassan,
own
can
this
I?
business in
Oh,
10 days, and you
Hang
want the
on,
committee
guys,
to
hang on.
vote.
Say that again.
So you own this business, you own the list for 10 days, and you want the committee to vote on giving you a liquor license.
Well,
The
remember,
com-
we don't vote on the liquor license. The SLA finally does that, but we do the due diligence to, you know, give our approval to move him forward, or move the business owner forward to the
Shouldn't we
general
wait?
board.
Shouldn't we
Well,
wait for
that's
this
we we
investigation that is pending?
we just talked about that. We just talked
yes.
about that, about having them wait, right?
No,
And
I'm sorry. No,
potentially,
I'm
Hassan,
sorry.
can I make a motion,
Hassan, wait.
please?
No,
hang
hold
on,
on. I'm sorry.
guys. You guys cannot
I'd
Hold
like
on,
talk
to
all
hold
at
make a
on.
once.
motion to table this until April.
Yeah, well, we hang on a second. Thank you for that, Marguerite.
I'm
Just give me a
sorry.
moment.
Hassan, may I say
Yes,
something, please,
you
if I
can.
may?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why would we be waiting for an investigation that has nothing to do with us? to be finished that could take however long. Again, we're trying to get the business up and running. That's the whole. We need certain things so that the business could be successful and making money. So like I'm confused. Like, why is it like a question mark that we're trying to do what we need for the business?
There's
Well,
a motion on the table, Hassan.
Can you hold on one second? All right. So, and Ms. Maldonado, I can appreciate your comments. And certainly, I appreciate that. And it's not like this committee. And this is, I mean, I know you guys have been. This is the first time you're being before us. It's not like this committee is trying to prevent anyone from establishing their business or set up roadblocks. That's not what we're doing, and that's not what the committee is about. The committee is about certainly supporting small business, but also helping to make sure that the public interest is protected as well. Not saying that you guys have anything to do with that, right? Because that's not what we're even suggesting. What we're simply saying is, and this is why I said that I think what we should do is based upon all of the things that you guys talked about, and I'm going specifically about the certifications that you need to open, right? And I would, like I said, I would also be willing to give you guys a waiver letter to table it a little bit. And I know that the shooting didn't happen with you guys. It wasn't you're new owners. I mean, that's, on record, and you said that. The paperwork reflects that, so that's not an issue. But we just want to make sure that we couldn't do this evening, no matter what happens, if that makes sense. And I think it makes sense to definitely table this perhaps for next month. I think the committee I think that's a fair assessment. And to Marguerite's point about making a motion to table the discussion, I think is valid in this case, but not for the reasons that, um, you know, it's the reasons that because of there are so many other outstanding issues with regard to your licenses and stuff or your certifications. That's what I would be, mentioning. Which is that's why I wanted to be very clear about the record. It's not about investigating anyone because these are new owners. It is about making sure that they are in compliance with, the certifications they need to open up the business. Okay, they're still building out the kitchen. They got to get the fire inspection. They got to get the certificate of occupancy, all of that stuff. So that's what I was referring to. So, Marguerite, you've made your motion. Thank you for making your motion. Is there a second on the motion from
Hassan,
any committee
before
member?
Marguerite, I'm sorry to interrupt, but before Marguerite came up and with that motion, I had my hands up because I just wanted
You
to
did. Okay, George.
mention
Go
something.
ahead.
Yes. Okay, and this is unrelated to the shooting. Basically, what I was going to mention is that the fact that the kitchen is not done and they will not have the CFO or the fire inspection. So therefore, if I understand it correctly, the SLA would not approve their request with those documentation.
Yeah, that's right.
So I think that in their best interest is the need to hold off and requesting the application to the SLA until they get the CFO because they don't want to send in the application and be denied by the SLA and then gonna have to come and repeat the process over.
Well, that was the other thing I was concerned about as well because there's a cost involved each time that they do this process. So yes, to your point, George. Yes, was that the only thing you had mentioned, Mr. Tate?
Yeah, no, that was it. Because I know, like, we went through this with the church, not for like a license, but with the Department of Building to get the CFO, the certificate of occupancy, because we did some renovation. It wasn't an easy task, so
Right.
we had to be paying and then getting re-inspected and everything. with us was regarding the electricity, and it's really cost us more than we should have, because every time an inspector came, they would find something different.
Right.
Different
Gotcha.
inspectors find different things.
Gotcha.
So I was just suggesting to them, I would recommend it, that if they could wait a little until at least they get the fire department in there, and that wouldn't happen. Because once I finish the kitchen, the fire department has to come back and take a look at it.
Right. Right.
So
Absolutely.
George, you want to second the motion, please? That would be great.
But before you do that, before anybody
Yeah.
does a sec, I saw a hand up for Khadija. Khadija, you have your hand up. Or was that from before?
That was from before.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So George, go right ahead. If you wanted to.
If Marguerite could repeat the motion, please.
Yes. Go right ahead, Marguerite.
I made a motion to table the vote until April's meeting.
I second the motion, George C.
Okay. Great. So it was properly raised. The motion was properly raised by Marguerite Villante and seconded by George Tate. Great. Okay, so with that being said, Sean, Ms. Maldonado, the rest of the business owners, I want to thank you guys for being here this evening. I know this wasn't easy, but what I will do is I'll reach out to the SLA and put together a waiver letter for you. You get a copy of that as well. I would invite you to come back, providing you have the necessary certifications for next month's meeting. And to make sure that you have those things with you as well. I think that's probably the best way, because I want to, if you're opening, we want to give you the best possible way of opening, where you have full support of the community and all the paperwork is intact and all that kind of stuff. And I just want to make sure that we do that. So it may have been a little difficult tonight, so I apologize for that. But I did want to let you know there was a reason, and a good reason, why our committee members, you know, um, had the questions that they had. They just want to be sure, and they want you to have the best success as well, because it's not just this committee that you'll be coming before. You'll also come before the full board, if that makes sense. All right. So I would invite you guys to come back next month. All right. Ms. Sinclair, if you could provide Ms. Maldonado and Sean and all the other members my phone number, we could always have a additional conversation as well. You know, offline, that kind of thing. But definitely I will definitely get that letter out before the week is out. Okay, just to let you guys know, and you get a copy of that, the
All
waiver
right.
letter, that is.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All
So
right.
we don't need
Yes,
to
sir.
send in the form
Y-
anymore. We just probably
No,
gonna get
sir.
the email.
I'll send over the waiver letter and let SLA know, what we talked about tonight and the reason why we're asking for them to give you guys more time. All right, so I'll do all of that. There's nothing you have to do on that, and you get a copy of that. And then if you want to, once they get the letter, because it'll be sent via email anyway. Once they get the letter, you guys want to, follow up with them. It's fine. But and then I would recommend, and I'd love to still have a conversation with all of you anyway. Okay, just moving forward. All right, so let's stay in contact. But I don't want to keep you guys on here tonight. I want to thank you. The business owners and Miss Maldonado, you guys don't have to stay on, because the committee is gonna continue on with some of the work that we have. Okay, but thank you guys for being on here.
All right. Thank you, sir. Have a good night.
Sure. You have a good night.
Thank you very much, Hassan. And
Yes.
how do I get your numbers? Sorry again.
Yeah. Yeah. Miss Maldonado. Sorry. They will give it to you. I'll have Miss Sinclair send it to you, so it's not a problem. Okay.
So thank you very much then. Thank
All
you.
right. Take care. All right. Let me just go into since we've been on the phone, since we've been on the WebEx. Have we been joined by anyone from Kendra's Place? Anyone from Kendra's Place? Last time, Kendra's Place? No? Okay. Oh, Kendra's Place is not here. So, with that being said, let's move on to our next item on the agenda. Oh, wait a minute. If I can open it up. Sorry, guys. Goodness gracious. All right. Nope, that's not it either. Sorry, I hate to have dead air, but my um, system here is slowing down. It was going good,
It looks
but
like
it's slowing
the
down.
approval of the meeting minutes from what I see on the agenda.
Sorry, say that again, George. I apologize. Say it again.
No, I'm looking at the agenda. It looks like next would be the approval of the minutes if we have a quorum.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, we do have quorum, but we were talking about that earlier, George, about whether or not, I guess the question is on the floor, and I can ask the committee this, whether or not that we should not vote on the minutes tonight, wait to see the amendments that are being made for December's minutes, January's minutes, and if there are any amendments, February, and then they would be resubmitted to the committee, and then we would effectively, vote on those minutes in our April meeting. Or, right, or we could vote on the minutes now with any previous amendments that we made. The assumption is that if that information was transcribed in our minutes, and Ms. Sinclair is going to make sure that that's added. And then we can just approve our minutes and say, well, hey, we can make a motion. Someone can make a motion saying we can, approve the minutes with any amendments for December, January, and February. So I'm leaving that up to the committee. I'm trying to get an idea of what you guys, if that makes sense to you or not.
Could we
Can I
approve the
make a
minutes?
motion on that?
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we table the minutes until we see we see them with a excuse me, with the corrections and updates.
Okay. Can we get a second on that?
Second. I could use a
Second.
second.
So that was Khadija?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thanks, Khadija. All right, great. Okay, awesome. That's good. That was easy. So we'll just by that time we'll probably have 4 months of minutes, but it'll be all good anyway. Okay, great. Well, thank you guys for that. Is there since we don't have Kendra's Place on here, and I'll be following up just for the record, and I want to put this on the record, and we've been doing this since January. Anytime a business does not come before this committee, I have been sending out a letter to the SLA, letting the SLA know that that business did not show up for whatever reason, not sure why. However, we would encourage the SLA, because this is part of the process and our process as well, to make sure that, and it's part of their process also, because why would they send us here? Why would they send the applicants to the community board if it wasn't? So it is part of the process, and they did not adhere to the process, and we recommend that they do not approve them for their liquor license until they come back before this committee and go before the general board as well. Okay, so I'll be sending that that letter out this before the week is out to the SLA also. And just for the record, I'm going to be pushing the SLA, because we have not been as diligent as we should have been on those applicants that have not come before this committee. It doesn't really matter why it happened. Some of the members who have been on this committee a long time know why things were the way that they are, right? And why businesses slowly stopped not coming before this committee. And so, but we just want to correct that. It's a corrective action now, but we're very serious about that. If they do not come before this committee as required by the process, then we recommend that they do not get their liquor license, and the community cannot be supportive of that, simply because of that. And we want to make sure that we continue to do that. And I further also think, and this is something that we even talked about this. Sorry, guys. We even talked. I don't mean to go on a rant, but I have to make this point. We talked about in our subcommittee meeting at one point that those businesses that did not come before the Commerce Committee meeting is that we will add that information on our website as well, right? Um, and I know that there was some hesitancy about whether or not is that right, but the bottom line is. Uh, I'm a person that is I try to be as transparent as I possibly can in making sure that the community knows what's happening. This is effectively a public hearing. This is a public meeting. Everything that's being said here is transcribed in minutes, right? And then added into the record, right, for the public. Am I right? We all know that as committee members, so that's normal. So having it up on the website should be part of the process. If a business does not come before the committee and they were supposed to adhere to the process and they didn't for whatever reason, as the public should know that and the community should know that. So that's something that Ms. Sinclair we can talk about as well. But committee members, if you guys agree or disagree, but I think that that's something that you can make that before we move on to our next item on the agenda. But I would like to hear what your thoughts are. I see Adele's got her hand up, so that she gives a thumbs up. But anybody else, if you want to. No? Yes? I guess you guys all agree with me then. All right, good.
I had my hand up. I'm sorry.
Who's that? Is that Miss
Cheryl.
Saunders?
Yes, it
Oh,
is.
I can't see your hand, Cheryl. I apologize. Sorry.
No problem. No problem.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. A few months ago,
Mhm.
I had trouble getting onto the youth committee for
Mhm.
whatever reason. And I remember maybe 2 years ago when I was started with the committees and the WebEx, it's
Yes,
very
ma'am.
difficult to get on. And
Yep.
I was even tempted to ask Signature if they had any trouble getting on tonight. But I think that's probably some of the reasons why we haven't seen many of these people. They can't get on. They can't get
Well, I mean, well, if that's the case, so so your assumption to that, and I have to push back a little bit, Miss Saunders, on that. Let's just say that's exactly what happened this evening, or let's just say that happened with a particular business. As a business owner, if I couldn't get on, first thing I'm going to do, right? If I couldn't get on that evening, I'm going to send out an email and or something notifying the community board that I was unable to get on. I tried to get on and I wanted to be present at the meeting, but I wasn't able to get on, okay, for whatever reason.
Absolutely. Has
Now,
that come up? Has that been
that
up?
does not come up. Has not come up, which is why we're saying this, right? So there's no response at all, right? So that's one of the reasons why we've taken the position that we've took, where if they are not going to comply with that, then we have to respond in kind, saying, well, we don't support this applicant getting his or her liquor license. The community board isn't supportive of it because they didn't follow the rules and regulations. It was just normal.
Okay,
It's
I
a normal
stand
thing.
corrected. Thank you, Chair.
Yeah, so I mean that's just normal. But thank you for that, by the way, Ms. Saunders. Ms. Bellin, go right ahead. Ms. Bellin, if you're speaking, I can't hear you.
Because can you hear me now?
Now we can hear you. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good evening. What if the person has some health issues or other personal issues that they don't want to make public? Why would we want to put information up, the person's information out there?
Well, we wouldn't put their personal information out there. We would just be saying on the record, right? When we do the record, we would simply say that this business is supposed to attend, right? And they did not attend. We don't put the reasons why they didn't attend. We don't
Okay.
put, we don't do that. I think that that would be inappropriate, of course. But we absolutely have to let the community know that they didn't attend, you know? And, I think that that's appropriate. Sorry, go ahead. Uh, I think that was it. I don't see any other hands. Oh, sorry, Adele, you have your hand up,
Yes. Can you hear
and
me,
I'll
Hassan?
make, yes, and I'll make you the last person before we move
Oh
on.
my
Yes, ma'am.
goodness.
Go right ahead.
I'm last. Oh my goodness. What I was going to say is what I said before. The business didn't have all its papers. Slowly, information came out from them. They didn't have the
Mhm.
Department of Buildings. They didn't have the fire department, and they didn't have the health department. But if you notice, they stated they did at the beginning, and then she corrected the health department information.
Right. Well,
State
what, right.
that
What happens is we get information that
treatment.
says that they apply for these things, right? That they
Yeah.
applied for these licenses, right? But I didn't have any certificate in my hand saying, hey, this is what it is. But they've applied for all of that,
That's what you need, then.
and we know that the duration of when they got um, when they signed their lease, because they gave us a timeline, which I thought was made sense. They signed the lease on the 5th. Then they got an email saying that they could come in into the, they could join the meeting, meeting on the 7th, and they decided to come, tonight, but they were thinking that they would need to come next month. So
Yes.
yeah,
Next month,
I get what you're saying.
next month would be
Yeah,
better. Like you said, the table,
yeah,
Marguerite said, or to give them that extra time. Because
yep,
I don't, that's what I said, do they have a date for when all that work is going to be done? And
right.
you can
Well, they
ask,
were projecting a May opening, but you never know.
yeah, but maybe you
Yeah.
can ask them how far they're along with that work.
Say that again. I didn't say that last
How
part
far
again.
along- You can ask how far along are they with the work.
Right. Gotcha. Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. That's
Maybe
a good
you can
point.
check in about maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I asked him to call me so we can have the conversation, right? So to open a
Yes.
dialogue, because I think having a dialogue and us understanding what's happening, and even perhaps at some point if the committee we want to go over there and look at how things are going, we could do that as well. I'm sure they wouldn't be opposed to that, if that's what we wanted to do.
All right.
But I mean, it's open. Either way, we just have to have the dialogue and keep it open. I think that's important to do. All
I
right.
think that addresses not that far from the precinct.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. All right.
And that's all I
Well,
have to say. Thank you.
yeah. Thanks, Adele. All right. Great. So, are there any? I want to move the next item along, which is there any unfinished business as well, committee members? Any unfinished business? Well, there actually is one. There is one piece of unfinished business. Actually, there's two pieces of unfinished business. I have it, but any unfinished business, committee members? I'm sorry. Say that again.
Hassan, so quick question. Did you ever get an email from
Mhm.
the person from last month in regards to the smoke shop across the street from
No,
SN
they never sent
Academy?
that to me. No, they never sent it to me. And I actually, I actually walked by there because I was going to Sweet Sunday or something, right? To have breakfast. They're on Beverly and right off of Notion. And I walked down from Beverly, walking towards Avenue D on Nostrand, and I did see the shop. I did see, but the day I think when I walked past it, it was closed or something.
Oh,
I think it was on a Sunday. Yeah, it was closed on a
oh,
Sunday. I think it was on a Sunday when I closed. And it just might have been a time that I was walking down there, but it was closed on that particular day. But I haven't been back since then. But I never got the information, and I asked her to send it to me. And I also invited her to come to our precinct council meeting, and she didn't come either. But I did talk to the inspector, so I did do that,
yes.
and yeah, deputy inspector, and let him know about the smoke shop. So he was actually very concerned. I'm gonna bring it up again in our precinct council meeting this week to find
Yes.
out has there been any additional, progress on that? Did you hear anything else, Khadija? Have you heard anything?
No, that's the reason why I
Okay.
brought it up because I hadn't heard anything from her.
Okay. Yeah. She didn't do anything. Sometimes when people, they get a little afraid, they don't want to come out. But this is why I told her you don't necessarily have to do it in public. If you come to the precinct council meeting, you can talk to the deputy inspector directly. In a
Yes.
very, they're very good about stuff like that. So they'll take you
Yes.
on the side and they'll, I mean, they're going to parade you in the meeting and all that. That's not going to happen.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yes.
So yeah, so they're pretty good about that. But do you remember her name? I mean, and have her contact information? Can we reach back out to her again?
The only thing is her name is in the notes, in the
Yeah, that's
minutes,
the only
so
thing. Yeah,
it's there. That's the
yeah.
only thing that I have.
Okay. All right, maybe I can reach out to Miss Sinclair. Maybe we can. I don't know if you had her name or if you remembered, or either you or Miss Frazier could, maybe provide some contact details on her. I'll mention it to. I'll reach out to Miss Frazier tomorrow because I would like to find out what's going on there, as well. And
Okay.
Miss Sinclair, if you could help with that, that'd be awesome.
On our end, we don't see like emails or anything of people who join. We just have the names. So if she didn't
Right.
provide any contact information, we wouldn't have it.
No, but what she said was when she was on the meeting, she said that she had reached out to the community board office, right? And she had spoken to I don't know if it was Sharif that she said she spoke to directly or if it was Farah who was because I think it was Farah was sometime around there if I'm not mistaken. She was
Okay.
yeah. So I'm just trying to get clarity on it. I just need the person's name. So with me mentioning maybe Miss Frazier, when I mention it to Miss Frazier, say, hey, if there was a smoke shop near on Notion Avenue, did you speak to somebody about that? That kind of thing. I can tell her. Miss Frazier's pretty good about remembering certain things like that. So perhaps I'll reach out to her and see if she does. But either
Hassan.
way,
Hassan.
yes, yes,
Sorry,
ma'am.
break it. Would it be in the minutes for last month?
It probably would be. That's why it's important to make sure that we have those folks who are present as well. That's why. But it would be transcribed in the minutes, right? And are those minutes, Miss Sinclair, are those minutes transcribed by AI as well?
Yes.
Or oh, it is. Okay. So if you could do that, that would be fantastic. All right, you'd help us out a lot because we really need to know about that. At least be able to reach out to her. But I'm going to do my due diligence anyway. I'm going to make sure I talk to the deputy inspector again about it. Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to move forward. So the two items that I had, guys. I just wanted to mention again, and we talked about it earlier. Um, the upcoming mixer, which again is on March 26th, it's going to be at Lily's Restaurant. It's on the corner of Utica and Foster Avenue. Some of you have been there, some of you have not. But I'd love for you to come out and be able to be supportive of the agencies that are coming out, uh, Little Haiti BK, Council Member's Office, the small business owners will be coming out as well. But it's good to be able to network with them, talk to them individually, get to know them, that kind of thing. And we'll be doing this on a monthly basis. So it'd be great, even if you guys pop in, because I think the time is 6:30. Pop in for an hour and then pop out. It's all good. But if you can make it, it'd be great. I know that the weather can be difficult at times, but just wanted to mention that. And then, oh, and sorry, wait, Lily's is 1344 Utica Avenue. Just remember, right? Just remember that.
And it's also Holy Week that week.
It is. It is Holy Week. I know it is, and I know it's tough. I know it's tough. But I'm just mentioning it. If you pop in for me, just say, hey, how you doing, and then keep it moving. We'll be good. All right. And lastly, oh yeah, I'll talk to you. I'll mention that in a second, Adele. Um, and lastly, the Small Business Expo. I've been getting, and Miss Sinclair has been kind enough to send me emails about some of the businesses who would like to table at the event. So that's going well. I think we've got approximately 2 weeks before the Small Business Expo is there also. So we're looking forward to be good. I will send over a listing, a confirmed listing of all of the businesses and or agencies that are confirmed to being there as well. So, and then the email campaign, which continue to goes out, and of course it's all on social media also. All right, so just wanted to mention that. Yes, Ms. Doris, go right ahead. Just wanted to mention that also. Ace Hardware, please. What's Ace Hardware?
Yes, I was looking at the February minutes.
Yes.
It has the name Melissa Judd. Melissa Judd
Melissa,
is a person
Melissa Judd.
that was talking.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's
Okay,
in
Melissa
the
Judd.
February
Okay.
minutes.
Okay, I'll just make a note of that. Thanks, George. You're the best. Okay, Melissa Judd. Okay, cool. Awesome. Thank you very much. Okay, so I'm going to. We talked about the expo. We talked about the mixer. And I think that's it for right now. I want to try and see if we can adjourn this meeting because we had one committee member who jumped off already. But I would love to have someone make a what's that? Oh, somebody said no. Who's that?
Hassan, just informational. Do
Hmm.
you know if Amber closed down?
Say it again. I'm sorry.
The Amber Tunnel. Flatbush and Farragut.
Oh yeah, they did. Yes, yes, they did. Yeah, they did actually close down. I'll tell you what happened.
Okay.
They had multiple complaints from
Mhm.
the tenants.
Who closed it? I'm sorry, I didn't understand
Uh,
what George said.
Tonell.
Amber Tunnel. There's
Yeah,
a restaurant. They have a restaurant and then a nightclub upstairs and
yeah,
Farragut and right across from the fire station. Yeah, so
right.
no, because I walked right there and I saw the sign that says police. So that's why I
Hmm.
was wondering if you knew
Yeah,
about it.
yeah. I did. I ran into I can't remember, Jensen,
Jensen?
was one of the Jensen. He was one of the owners of the
Yeah,
place. Yeah,
yeah.
and the reason why they closed is that they had gotten a number like a flood of not I guess 311 calls, 911 calls for noise complaints and all of that. So
Mhm.
they literally closed the business down because of that. Shut them down because of it because it's just the way it happened. So I would always tell him. I mean, they put a lot of work into it, but I always told him
Right.
if you're gonna have a place like that, you have to soundproof it. If because you have tenants upstairs and they're gonna complain, they're gonna complain. And the
Was it
location was great,
was it
but it was.
Hassan, was it closed down by, they just decided to close it down, or did the city close it down?
The city closed it down.
Okay.
So I mean, it was a combination of the noise complaints
Wow.
and I think it was the garbage. It was like a bunch of stuff. It was a number of things that happened that they just said, look, we just need to close this down because it's not helping to improve the quality of life for this community. So
Wow.
he says and that's the second time that Tonell has been closed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
and it was for the same thing. It
Rogers,
was for the same reason.
What's
I
the
don't know if
what?
you.
that's the issue
Yeah, I
they
think
have
that.
on Rogers and Newkirk, right?
Yeah, that's right. They were up in
Mhm.
Roger Newkirk, and that was the same issue they were having is that they didn't have
The noise.
soundproofing and the noise, and they would it was just and people just complain. They run you out of there. Community will run you out because they can't take it. So. I don't know. I guess that's just how it is. But yes, so that's it. So Adele, I
Thanks
think
for
you
the
were
update.
telling. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Adele, you were saying something before I go, before we ask for an adjournment.
yeah. On East 98th Street, we had I think it has to do with you. We had a family shelter. Now they changed it. It's around the corner from our school, a men's shelter.
On East 98th.
Yep, right off of New York Avenue. A lot of people don't even know that. I walk by there quite often. It was a
What's the name?
family
What's the
shelter.
name of that? What's the name of that shelter? Adele,
I
what
don't
do
know
you
the
remember the
name,
name
but
of it?
no, the address is 30 East 98th Street.
Oh, 30 East 98. Okay, I'll have to check
Yeah,
into that.
not too far from the corner. I said, wait a minute, it's around the corner from a school. A big school
And
in
you said it
Rockaway
was,
Plaza.
and it was a women's shelter first, but now it's a men's
The
shelter.
women's children's shelter with women and the kids.
Oh,
Now
a women's shelter.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah, it
children's
was a
shelter with
Windstar.
women and children. Now
Right.
it's all men, no families. All a
Okay.
bunch
And it
of
was
young men, not working, nothing, just men. I went
and
in, you have to knock to get in because they won't let you in. They saw me, and I had my what on, so they let me in, and I asked them what happened, and they said the other month they changed it to a men's shelter. So why didn't they notify the community board? It's not safe. That's not safe until you're around the corner from the school.
Mhm. Well, I will. Yeah, I
No.
mean, I can look into it. I can pull, and we can certainly pull the social services chair. I
Yeah.
think we have social services chair on that as well, because I think that's important to know.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Good night. I
I
have a
didn't know that.
question before we adjourn.
Yes, 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 for sure.
I'm
Yes,
sorry.
Tricia, go ahead.
When is the information going out about the expo and the mixer?
Well, it'll probably go out tomorrow. I mean, they have been, we've been sending out emails actually, and it's
I have
definitely been
that.
posted on social media. So I
Okay.
will. But what I can do is what I will do, and I think some of the members are on. We have what we call a group sort of text thing that we do, but it was largely created because we were doing work and we needed to make sure that we have real time information. But what we can do is add you to that because I think people kind of respond to text these days a lot quicker than they do emails. So
Uh-huh.
I'm going to if I can, I'll make sure I get everyone's. I think I have everybody's number anyway. I will just text you guys, and I will be the only one texting you, just so you know. I'm not gonna give your information out to everybody.
Thank
And
you.
I will make
Okay.
sure I text you the flyer and all that stuff, so you'll have all
Also
of that.
wanted to
Okay?
know if Little Caribbean
Yes,
was
ma'am.
a part of the mixer.
No, we did not know. No, actually, it is not. If we
Okay.
could pull them in, because I'd love to have them
Okay.
involved in that. Absolutely.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Because I know they've been flying a little bit under the radar these days. I haven't heard much about them.
No way.
I know
Under the
I'm
radar?
huh?
Oh, wow.
A little bit. At least that's the appearance that they have been. I'll put it to you this way: the appearance is I've seen a lot of and of Little Haiti BK and what they've been doing. Is they're a bit
That
more
is
visible? At least
incredible
that's what.
because Little Caribbean has a huge presence, like triple Little Haiti became. But maybe the
Okay.
events are so far spread, but I will reach out to them about it.
Yeah, I mean, we'd be more than happy. Listen, my thing is this, right? You know how we do. We like to be collaborative. We're a collaborative bunch,
Yeah.
and we want to make sure that we work with any organization that supports small business in ways that we can help them do that better, and the ways that we can support their efforts as well. So I am open to that, 1000%. My information is available for anybody to be able to come out, but they are open to be a part of this event. Absolutely, hands down. Okay, so not a problem. Is that cool?
Yep, noted.
Okay, great. All right, awesome. So I'm going to, can I ask
No,
for, oh, wait a minute, there's some, what happened?
Hassan,
Uh-huh.
no, I'm sorry. One more thing that I don't think was discussed. The
Yes, sir. What's
business
that?
network, the business
So
network that we're
moved.
planning for
Second.
April. Did you hear
Mhm.
anything from downstate regarding the?
Yeah, I'm waiting to hear back from Alicia on that. I did
Mhm.
ask her about a date. There are a number of, well, there are a number of
Yeah.
events that the school, they're involving schools that take over the auditorium throughout different times and they have so they're working with a lot more with the schools and so I'm working with her to get a date that we can have the breakfast. I don't have one yet, so I'm waiting to hear back from her. I'm hoping and praying that she could say, hey Hassan, I've got this date open, what do you think about this, because our event would be in the morning anyway. It would be from 8:30 to I think 11 because at the time we generally do it. So I need the date first before I could actually do
Right.
all of the things that we want to do with it, to invite our partners and if we decide to have, of course, we need to have breakfast, so we invite the restaurants, that kind of thing. So we got to do all that. We have to have the date, and I haven't had the date yet, which is what. But so thank you for bringing that up. But I'm waiting for a date from Alicia. Anyone else before we ask for an adjournment? All
Did
right.
you
So
mention when we will be having the subcommittee meeting?
uh-huh.
Sorry, I
Yeah,
stepped up for a bit.
we did not. Yes, we
Okay.
did not. So I want to have, and I'm now that everything is, there are a lot of things that happened during this past month. So I would love to have our subcommittee meetings. And I think Sundays were the best time to have them. So I think maybe trying to have it this Sunday was be short notice, but perhaps we can have it on the 29th. That's okay. Hopefully it's not too far out. I will send. I'll request. You know what? I'll put it in the chat for you guys. And if we want to do, if we can do the if we can do it Sunday the 22nd, you guys think we can do it? I'm more than open because I'm okay. But if not, we can push it out to the 29th. Okay, just to let you know. But we're gonna have it this month though, anyway. Okay.
That's
All
Palm
right.
Sunday. I don't know if that means anything to anybody.
Is it Palm Sunday?
Yeah.
Well, oh, okay, yeah. Well, I'll put it in the chat. So if obviously if it's not good, then we'll pick an alternate date. Okay, not a problem. Okay. So with that being said, can I ask someone to make an adjournment for us? A motion to adjourn our meeting this evening.
Motion to adjourn.
Who's that?
Sonia Clark.
All
I
right.
second.
And who's that? Who's seconding?
Marguerite,
All
Adele,
right.
Marguerite, we both seconded it.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, ladies. Y'all were really quick. All right, everyone. Thank you guys so much for being on the call. And subcommittee members, I'll be sending out the text shortly. And committee members, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys at either the mixer, an expo, and or both, or either or, whichever, you know. All right. And let me know if there's any questions that you have and that kind of thing. But we'll be getting this all together, okay? And thank you guys
Yep.
for being diligent tonight. I appreciate,
Good night.
as always, appreciate you making sure that we always protect our community, and I think that's extremely commendable. I want to commend you guys for that. I think even though these business owners sometimes feel like they have a rough time, I think when they walk away, yeah, they walk away saying, yeah, these guys we got to come before them correct, and that's the way it should be, right?
That's right.
So
We not being
yeah,
mean, we being correct.
exactly. There you go. All right, guys. So I will have a wonderful evening. I will talk to you soon, and have a great week.
Good night.
Okay, good
Good
night,
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 everybody.
everyone.
everyone.
Good
Good
night,
night.
everyone.
Good
Good
night,
night.
everyone.